is the value of wrestling, the revolutionary force in wrestling podcasting.
We are back again for another day. You know who I am on the big time right here on the Tyme YouTube channel. This is Big Time Rants, and boy, are we going to talk about it. Breaking news coming off the Pat McAfee show. Is it true? Is it true? It doesn't matter what you think. Well, The Rock was on the Pat McAfee show today. They're in Colorado, where the University of Colorado is. The Rock, Pat McAfee. We saw Coach Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, all talking about the big game for Colorado coming up. But the bigger news: The Rock was on stage. The Rock talked. The Rock talked about his hernia, getting surgery, healing, all these things that depend on him, making movies, all that stuff. Pat McAfee then eventually brought up the match between The Rock and Roman Reigns. Yes, The Rock talked about Roman Reigns and himself in the match, and let us all in that it was a lock that in 2021 that Nick Khan had gotten The Rock and Vince McMahon together. They all met in LA. They had some drinks. They talked. They hugged it out, and it was locked in that at WrestleMania 39, last year's WrestleMania, The Rock and Roman Reigns would be the match at WrestleMania. That would have been the marquee match. The Rock's only thing was he wanted it to mean something. He wanted it to be special. He wanted to set a precedent, set a page, do something that would set the course of the future in the right direction for everybody involved in the wrestling game, that it would be meaningful, would mean something. And so therefore they couldn't figure out what that exactly meant, what kind of match that was going to be, whatever that was. They never were able to quite figure that out. So what happened? Well, the match was basically put to the side and forgotten about. But now WrestleMania in Philadelphia, The Rock goes, WrestleMania's in Philadelphia. Anything is possible. He's not saying there is a match, but he is open to the match. So The Rock's still open to a Roman Reigns Rock match. Could it happen at WrestleMania 40? Could it happen in Philadelphia? It very well could. And of course, now that The Rock is in Colorado tonight and SmackDown is in Colorado, rumors are circulating that The Rock may be at SmackDown tonight. What could happen? How could this play out? Will Roman even be there? We could be seeing something begin to boil. Now, what does this mean? Because a lot of people know that the big story is Cody Rhodes, Roman, the rematch at WrestleMania 40 for the WWE Championship. That's the belt that Cody should win. That's how Cody's going to end the story. The fall of the bloodline, the final piece of Roman. Now, we do know WrestleMania is always a two-night spectacular. Could we have Roman versus The Rock night 1 and Roman versus Cody night 2? Could you have Cody versus Roman night 1 for the title and then Roman versus The Rock night 2? I don't know. I think in the era, the bigger match would be the Cody Roman Reigns because of the story and for the title. Yes, it would be a big match. Roman Rock, great. But I don't know how you book this. Do you drop the title earlier to Cody? Then I mean, that changes a lot of things of how things are going forward. When's the earliest you're going to drop that to Cody? At Rumble, maybe? How do you get there? How do you fill in these blocks? How do you make it make sense? That's the key that we all want these days in the world of professional wrestling. Make it make sense, whether you're AEW, whether you're Impact, whether you're Ring of Honor, whether you're New Japan Pro Wrestling, whether you're WWE. We just want it to make sense. Make it make sense. Make it fit the story. Make it go somewhere. Make us understand how we got there, why we got there, and how it all works out. Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania. Is it the right place for it? Yes, no. Could they do Rock and Roman at SummerSlam? Depends. It all depends on how they want to write that story, how they want to carry that story out. There's a lot of ifs. Rock, Roman at WrestleMania would be great, but The Rock would have to come in and do something sooner than later to push that agenda. And how do you get Cody there? Do we want to see Cody win a Rumble and go against Seth Rollins for the WWE World Championship? That doesn't really have the lineage, and it's not about the story. I think Cody versus Roman is the story. I think Cody wants that WWE Championship. So how do we get there? Do we want to see Cody versus Seth Rollins again in a match? Again, I mean, and with Cody possibly winning or Cody losing, can Cody lose at another WrestleMania and not win the big belt? How do you continue that story? A lot of pieces are going to get thrown up in the air. A lot of things are going to have to be looked at and examined on how you get there, and make it make sense. Do you have Roman versus Cody night one in a match without The Rock being announced? But I would think you would want The Rock announced if you're going into WrestleMania with The Rock. Could be very, very difficult. Of course, you could have Roman night one and then have Cody win and then the Roman have a fit and do all the stuff only for The Rock to come out. How do you fill it in? Do you have The Rock advertised as the special host of WrestleMania this year? And then him confront Roman after Roman loses the title, trying to pick him up, and then they get to a shoving fight. I mean, that might be a good way to do it, is if Roman loses to Cody on night one, and you have The Rock as the special host of WrestleMania, and The Rock comes out to, because that's all Roman has left, The Rock comes out to try to help Roman back to his feet, try to get Roman to come back around, and then they two get into it, and so then you set up a match for the next night. I don't know. I don't know how you book this match. I don't know how you get there. I don't know how you save Cody, how you keep Roman, and how you get The Rock involved in here without sort of possibly hurting somebody in that. Cody is the guy. Cody's the story. Cody's what we're being told. What is going to happen? I don't know. Will we even get Roman, or will we even get The Rock? Will we even get Dwayne? Will we even get this match at WrestleMania, or is this just hyperbolic talk? Yes, the merger's gone through. We will have to wait and see. Would The Rock be a big get? Oh, yes, The Rock would be a huge get for WrestleMania. It would really, really push numbers and be a big deal, but at what expense? So, Pat McAfee show, Rock says there's WrestleMania 40 coming around the corner. No guarantees. Of course, we don't know where the writer's strike is. Something could change and The Rock not be able to get to that. So we're going to have to wait and see how that plays out in the future. But for now, we're keeping our ear to the ground and seeing what is going to go down, how it's going to play out. I just wanted to break in here with a quick big-time rant and go over the breaking news that The Rock was on the Pat McAfee show. He did say WrestleMania 40. He did say the match was originally locked, but they were looking for something grand, something bigger. So I could definitely say that Roman doesn't want, or The Rock doesn't want to step on anybody's toes, and I don't know if The Rock wants to, overshadow a different story, but we'll have to wait and see how this plays out, how the news breaks. We're going to keep our ears to the ground. We're going to keep working on this. But if you haven't seen, go watch the clip on the Pat McAfee show. And don't be surprised if you see The Rock on SmackDown tonight. It could be a huge shoot in the arm for WWE. What will AEW do to counterbalance that? That'll be something interesting to watch and see. Lots of reports and rumors that Edge is headed to AEW. Jade Cargill's headed to WWE. We have to wait and see how all that's final. A lot of people are being let go from the corporate end of things. Roster cuts expected in the future, as far as some are saying tomorrow, which is actually a Saturday, but anything's possible in the world of professional wrestling. Anyways, I'm the Big Time. This is the Value Wrestling YouTube channel. This has been Big Time Rants. Quickly getting you out here to let you know that The Rock was on the Pat McAfee show. The Rock said the match was a lock. It just didn't happen for particular reasons. And hey, there's WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia, so anything is possible. So it could get real interesting real quick, real soon. And will The Rock be on SmackDown tonight? He's in Colorado. WWE and SmackDown are in Colorado. We could see something. Will there be roster cuts coming out tomorrow? Will they be coming out at the beginning of next week? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Lots of news coming down. If anything gets updated here shortly, we will bring it to you. Tomorrow is, of course, the weekly roundup, so be here. Make sure you've subscribed. Ring that bell for notifications so when we do go live, you'll know, or when any new breaking news reports or videos or anything else we have comes out, you'll be the first one to know. I thank you again. I'm the Big Time. This has been a Big Time Rants, and I am out of here.
Bye-bye.
This is the value of wrestling, the revolutionary force in wrestling podcasting.